Prepare to be amazed as we unveil the discovery of the century. Scientists have stumbled upon what they believe to be the long-lost resting place of the biblical King David, lost to the sands of time for ages. Over the centuries, countless tales and traditions have emerged, offering various theories about where King David's tomb might be, but only recently has the definitive burial site been uncovered. So, where exactly is this remarkable tomb, and what astonishing artifacts lie within? Let's delve into the fascinating journey of how scientists finally unveiled the sealed tomb of King David, hidden for millennia. The year 1993 marked a turning point in the debate surrounding the existence of King David, a pivotal figure in biblical history. This turning point came in the form of an unexpected discovery, the Tel Dan Stele, a stone slab dating back to the 9th century BCE. Inscribed in Aramaic, the slab makes reference to the House of David, offering early proof of the existence of a Davidic dynasty. Before this discovery, scholars had cast doubt on the historical accuracy of biblical narratives and questioned whether a unified monarchy under David's leadership truly existed, despite his prominent role in Hebrew scripture. Yet, the mystery of King David's tomb continued to captivate minds and inspire speculation. But now, with this groundbreaking find, we stand on the brink of unraveling one of history's greatest mysteries. Join us as we embark on a journey through time and discovery, shedding light on the secrets hidden within the ancient tomb of King David. Recently, a French Jewish archaeologist has made a bold claim to have discovered the precise burial site of King David, unearthing several remarkable artifacts in the process. These revelations have reverberated across the globe, sparking widespread intrigue. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the extraordinary discoveries uncovered within King David's tomb. But before we unravel these revelations, let's take a moment to acquaint ourselves with the man behind the legend, King David. David, a towering figure in biblical lore, embarked on a remarkable journey that traversed from his humble beginnings to his coronation as the revered King of Israel. From his birth to his passing, David's life was punctuated by extraordinary events that etched his legacy into the annals of history. Born in Bethlehem circa 1040 BCE, David was the youngest son of Jesse from the tribe of Judah. His early years were spent tending to his father's flock as a shepherd, where he exhibited bravery and skill in protecting the sheep from predators. Among the many tales from his youth, perhaps the most renowned is his confrontation with the Philistine giant Goliath. Armed only with a sling and stones, David fearlessly vanquished Goliath, showcasing his unyielding faith and valor. Following his triumph over Goliath, David's fame soared, and he forged a deep bond with King Saul. However, Saul's mounting envy of David's popularity drove him to seek David's demise, compelling David to flee and live as a fugitive. During this tumultuous period, known as the wilderness years, David rallied a band of loyal followers, and together they roamed the wilderness, evading Saul's relentless pursuit. Despite Saul's repeated attempts on his life, David refrained from harming the anointed king of Israel, demonstrating reverence for the throne. This act of compassion and respect showcased David's integrity and steadfast devotion to the leaders chosen by God. Eventually, Saul met his end in battle, and David mourned his passing. With Saul's death, David was anointed as the king of Judah, establishing his capital in Hebron. He governed Judah for 7.5 years until the other tribes of Israel acknowledged him as their king. Throughout his reign, David achieved numerous significant accomplishments. One of his most remarkable feats was the capture of Jerusalem from the Jebusites, transforming it into the political and religious hub of Israel. Additionally, he brought the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem, symbolizing the spiritual unity of the nation and solidifying his rule. David's leadership was distinguished by military victories. Under his guidance, Israel achieved unprecedented triumphs against its adversaries. David expanded Israel's borders, ensuring its sovereignty and ushering in a period of relative peace. The renowned Psalm 23, penned by King David, reflects his profound faith and steadfast reliance on God during turbulent times. However, David's reign was not devoid of challenges and moral lapses. His affair with Bathsheba, the wife of one of his soldiers, Uriah the Hittite, tarnished his legacy. Overwhelmed by guilt and fear, David arranged for Uriah to be sent to the front lines, where he perished. Divine judgment befell David's household due to his actions. Yet, David sincerely repented and sought forgiveness, demonstrating his humility and unwavering dedication to God. However, amidst these trials, David's reign saw notable cultural and religious progressions. He organized the Levites and established a sophisticated system of worship and musical praise. Many of the Psalms, revered as heartfelt expressions of faith and devotion to God, were crafted during his rule. In his later years, David confronted rebellion from his own son, Absalom, who aimed to usurp the throne. The conflict ended tragically with Absalom's death in battle. David's profound sorrow over the loss of his son resonated deeply with the nation, showcasing his unwavering paternal love despite the betrayal. As David approached the twilight of his life, another challenge arose when his son Adonijah attempted to claim the throne, believing himself to be the rightful heir. However, David had already pledged the kingship to his son Solomon. Upon learning of Adonijah's actions, the aging king swiftly acted to secure Solomon's succession. David gathered his loyal supporters, including the prophet Nathan and the priest Zadok, instructing them to anoint Solomon as the next king. The solemn ceremony took place in the presence of these trusted advisors, affirming Solomon's rightful place as the future ruler of Israel. This public proclamation solidified Solomon's claim to the throne, ensuring a seamless transition of power. Despite his advancing age and declining health, David continued to offer counsel to Solomon, imparting his wealth of wisdom and experience. He imparted his son with guidance and counsel, stressing the importance of remaining faithful to God and obeying his commandments. David also emphasized the significance of honoring the covenant made between their family and the nation of Israel. Eventually, David drew his final breath, marking the end of an era as the great king of Israel passed away. The news of his demise spread across the land, prompting an outpouring of grief from the people who mourned the loss of their beloved ruler. David's reign concluded with his death at the age of 70. He left behind a profound legacy as the monarch who unified the tribes of Israel, established Jerusalem as its capital, and elevated the nation to great prominence. David's life, characterized by courage, faith, and repentance, continues to inspire believers and serves as a testament to God's grace and mercy. While David's passing marked the end of an illustrious chapter, symbolizing the departure of a legendary figure, centuries later, a new narrative unfolded as historians and biblical scholars embarked on a quest to uncover David's tomb. After centuries of searching, scientists have finally unearthed King David's burial site within a long-sealed cave, reigniting the age-old debate surrounding its existence. Why does the discovery of King David's tomb hold such significance? And was King David a historical figure? According to the Old Testament, King David, the legendary figure of ancient Israel, was laid to rest within the city of David. This sacred site was believed to not only house King David's remains, but also serve as the final resting place for many kings of Judah who succeeded him. For generations, archaeologists and scholars have dedicated themselves to the quest of identifying and locating these early royal tombs. Nonetheless, the pursuit has been veiled in enigma and dispute, with some proposing that these sepulchres were obliterated during Jerusalem's progression into a contemporary metropolis, while others even doubt the actuality of King David himself. To fully grasp the importance of uncovering King David's tomb, it's imperative to delve into the archaeological proof buttressing his existence. One of the primary reservoirs of evidence concerning King David's reality stems from historical manuscripts and inscriptions. The Old Testament furnishes elaborate chronicles of David's life and sovereignty, furnishing invaluable glimpses into his presence as a pivotal figure in ancient Israelite annals. These documents delineate his ascent from a humble shepherd lad to a formidable monarch, recounting his triumphs in warfare and his founding of Jerusalem as the paramount city. Although the religious essence of these manuscripts has spurred skepticism regarding their historical precision, they nonetheless serve as pivotal sources for comprehending the era of King David. Another vital fragment of evidence is the Tel Dan Stele, an ancient stone monument unearthed in northern Israel. Dating back to the 9th century BCE, the inscription on the stele mentions the House of David. This allusion to David's lineage furnishes external corroboration of his historical existence and fortifies the biblical narrations of his rule. Widely regarded as one of the most consequential archaeological discoveries concerning King David, the Tel Dan Stele provides significant reinforcement to the belief in his existence. Additionally, another startling validation of the existence of the royal King David was an archaeological find in 1868 in the territory of Moab, now modern-day Jordan. It was the Stele of Mesha. This monumental stone slab, towering at approximately 3.5 feet in height and adorned with intricate inscriptions, serves as yet another compelling testament to the historical reality of King David. Its unearthing marked a pivotal moment for scholars and historians, illuminating the ancient realm of Moab and its interactions with neighboring nations. Yet, its most captivating facet lies in its affirmation and augmentation of the biblical depictions of King David's reign. The stele itself harks back to the 9th century BCE, a period when the kingdom of Moab ascended as a formidable force in the vicinity. Etched upon its surface are the exploits and accomplishments of King Mesha, the sovereign of Moab during this epoch. Mesha's rule is vividly delineated, recounting his triumphant revolt against the Kingdom of Israel and his subsequent conquests over other regional powers. What renders the Stele of Mesha especially intriguing is its mention of the House of David. Embedded within the inscriptions, King Mesha proudly proclaims his victory over Israel, boasting of the devastation inflicted upon the House of David. This reference holds significance as it furnishes independent, non-biblical validation for the existence of David as a historical figure and corroborates the biblical narratives of his role as the progenitor of the Davidic dynasty. Throughout the centuries, skeptics and detractors have cast doubt on the historical authenticity of David, dismissing him as a mythical or legendary figure. However, the discovery of the Stele of Mesha provides robust backing for the biblical storyline, definitively establishing David as a genuine historical figure and forging a tangible connection between the biblical texts and the archaeological archive. The inclusion of the House of David on the stele not only attests to David's existence, but also yields valuable insights into the geopolitical milieu of the era. This suggests that David's kingdom, though comparatively modest amidst the grandeur of contemporary empires, held significant recognition and influence within the region. The inscription on the stele implies that the kingdom of Moab regarded the House of David as a formidable adversary deserving of acknowledgement and acclaim. Furthermore, the Stele of Mesha validates the biblical narratives of conflict and interaction between the kingdoms of Israel and Moab. It verifies the historical precision of biblical passages detailing King David's military endeavors and his engagements with the Moabite realm. This convergence of archaeological findings and biblical accounts enables us to construct a more comprehensive and nuanced comprehension of the occurrences and personalities during this pivotal era of ancient history. Despite the abundance of archaeological evidence supporting the existence of King David, the quest for his tomb has remained elusive. Numerous assertions have surfaced over time regarding the discovery of his burial place, yet these claims have often been met with skepticism and dispute. The authenticity of these purported tombs remains a contentious topic among scholars and experts. pinpointing the precise location of King David's tomb necessitates thorough investigation, meticulous scrutiny, and the meticulous examination of archaeological and historical records. Nonetheless, ongoing excavations in Jerusalem, including those in the city of David, instill optimism for the eventual revelation of King David's resting place. Archaeologists persistently explore and excavate areas in pursuit of ancient tombs and burial sites. With advancements in technology and the refinement of archaeological methodologies, emerging techniques such as ground-penetrating radar and advanced imaging technologies offer promising prospects for uncovering concealed burial sites. These non-intrusive techniques hold promise in unveiling subterranean structures and offering valuable leads in the quest for King David's tomb. Now, the moment you've eagerly awaited, we're on the brink of exploring a remarkable archaeological discovery that has revolutionized our understanding of where David's tomb may lie. Where exactly was King David's tomb found after being sealed for millennia? In 1913, a man named Raymond Weil emerged as a trailblazer in the realm of archaeology. What distinguished him wasn't just his archaeological expertise, but also his Jewish heritage, which profoundly influenced his excavation methodology. Armed with a profound grasp of excavation techniques and the Bible as a guiding beacon, Weil embarked on a journey that would reshape our understanding of biblical history. It was on October 24, 1913, that Raymond Weil arrived in Jerusalem, then part of the expansive Ottoman Empire. Among his initial endeavors was the meticulous mapping of the city, with a special focus on its most ancient precinct, the city of David. Within this approximately 11-acre area lay the potential treasure that Weil had dedicated his life to uncovering, the tomb of King David. To navigate his quest, Will turned to two specific verses from the Bible. The first, 1 Kings 2:10, indicates that David rested with his ancestors and was buried in the city of David. Armed with this insight, Will deduced that if King David's tomb existed, it would be concealed within the confines of the city of David. The second verse, Nehemiah 3:15-16, provided additional clues, detailing repairs made to the wall of the Pool of Siloam, extending from the King's Garden to the steps leading down from the city of David. Following Nehemiah's descriptions, Weil began his exploration from the southern end on the east side of the city of David. Nehemiah meticulously documented the progression of wall reconstruction, noting the sections being rebuilt and the individuals responsible as they moved northward. Will ventured to the southwestern side of the city of David, where he stumbled upon an ancient pool later identified as the Pool of Siloam. Tracing the path of the wall described in Nehemiah's account, he reached a juncture where he estimated the conclusion of the first segment and the commencement of the second. In accordance with the biblical narrative, Weil marked an X on his map, pinpointing the approximate location of the tombs belonging to the House of David. In January of 1914, armed with his findings and fueled by determination, Will commenced his excavation efforts in the designated area. He enlisted the aid of 200 local men from the nearby village and employed 30 donkeys to assist in transporting the substantial volume of excavated earth, which was deposited outside the excavation site. Weil's excavation report vividly recounts the discoveries made during the dig. He penned, "We discovered and have completely cleared what remains of a group of large tombs cut in horizontal galleries. The positioning of this group within the old city and adjacent to the enclosure wall perfectly aligns with the scant details primarily gleaned from Nehemiah regarding the location of the Davidic burial grounds. These funerary deposits undoubtedly hail from the Judean royal era." As Will delved deeper, reaching down to the bedrock, he unveiled the ancient city wall. Nestled just inside this wall were 9 chambers. However, the tombs had suffered extensive damage, a common occurrence in archaeological sites like Jerusalem, which have endured centuries of habitation, destruction, and rebuilding. Such deterioration was unsurprising given the tumultuous history of the city. Word of Weil's remarkable discovery quickly spread throughout the region. Scholars and historians eagerly flocked to witness the tangible proof of King David's existence. The tomb emerged as a revered pilgrimage destination, attracting visitors from across the globe who sought to forge a connection with ancient history and pay homage to the legendary monarch. Raymond Wild's groundbreaking discovery significantly reshaped our comprehension of biblical history. It furnished concrete evidence of King David's existence, a figure whose influence profoundly shaped the destiny of an entire nation. Wild's relentless pursuit of knowledge and unwavering passion for archaeology provided a glimpse into the distant past, illuminating the lives and legacies of those who preceded us. In the annals of archaeology, Raymond Wild's legacy will forever be intertwined with the unearthing of King David's tomb. His tireless endeavors and groundbreaking revelations serve as a wellspring of inspiration for generations of scholars and adventurers, underscoring the potency of curiosity and the marvels awaiting those who dare to explore the enigmas of our collective human history. But wait, the story doesn't conclude there. Presently, two sites have been proposed as the final resting place of King David, the iconic biblical figure pivotal in Israel's history. One site lies on the western flank of Mount Zion, while the other was brought to light by Raymond Weil. However, the evidence strongly favors the traditional belief that King David's tomb indeed resides on the western side of Mount Zion, overlooking Jerusalem. To grasp why the western side of Mount Zion is deemed the more authentic location, it's crucial to delve into religious texts offering invaluable insights. In the Hebrew Bible, the book of Samuel delineates King David's burial, stating that he was interred in the city of David. 1 Kings 2:10. The city of David traditionally refers to the region south of the Temple Mount, encompassing the western incline of Mount Zion. This corresponds with the presumed location of the tomb on the western side of Mount Zion. Moreover, the book of Nehemiah in the Hebrew Bible mentions the tombs of David in close proximity to the Pool of Siloam, also situated within the city of David. This further bolsters the argument for the western side of Mount Zion as the genuine resting place of King David. In contrast, Raymond Wild's discovery introduced an alternative site for the tomb of King David. Weil purportedly uncovered the tomb in 1913 while excavating a site near the Mount of Olives, just beyond the walls of the old city of Jerusalem. Known as the Tomb of David complex, this discovery features a cenotaph and a small synagogue. While Weil's find sparked significant interest, it has encountered substantial criticism and skepticism from scholars and archaeologists. The primary objection to Weil's assertion stems from the lack of solid evidence supporting his claims. In addition to religious and textual evidence, historical and archaeological considerations support the western side of Mount Zion as the true location of King David's tomb. Excavations conducted in the 19th and 20th centuries around Mount Zion have unearthed remnants of ancient structures and tombs, further affirming the area's significance during biblical times. One notable discovery is the stepped stone structure, a massive archaeological feature discovered on the western slope of Mount Zion. Some scholars interpret this structure, believed to date back to the era of King David, as part of the royal palace complex mentioned in the Bible. Furthermore, ancient Jewish sources, including the Talmud and the writings of Josephus, consistently associate the tomb of King David with the western side of Mount Zion. These revered sources, deeply ingrained within Jewish tradition, provide further credibility to the western location. However, Weil's proposition concerning the tomb's location has encountered scrutiny from various scholars, although the precise nature of their objections remains somewhat nebulous. Renowned archaeologist Kathleen Kenyon sheds light on Will's proposed site, elucidating the unusual features he unearthed. These features comprise two adjacent rock-cut tunnels, distinct from any recognized cisterns, though the presence of plaster suggests their prior function as such. Furthermore, these tunnels diverge from known tombs of the era. Kenyon suggests that there's insufficient evidence to support the notion that these tunnels were indeed the long sought-after royal tombs, instead positing that they likely served as cisterns. However, she concedes that her perspective is essentially theoretical and lacks concrete evidential support, akin to Weil's identification of the tunnels as the royal tombs. Alternative theories put forth by other scholars speculate that the tunnels might have functioned as storage rooms or ancient wine cellars. Despite these varying interpretations, these scholars concur on one point: the tunnels are not the final resting place of early Davidic kings. They base this conclusion on three core propositions. Firstly, the structures are improbable as tombs. Secondly, even if they were tombs, they wouldn't date back far enough to be linked with King David. And finally, even if they were ancient tombs, their simplicity doesn't align with the grandeur typically associated with royal burial sites. In light of these arguments, the prevailing consensus among critics is that Will's personal biases may have influenced his observations, leading to a regrettable misinterpretation. However, more recent scholars have started to challenge these assertions and re-evaluate the implications of Will's findings. Could it be possible that Will was correct all along? These scholars are urging a reconsideration of the evidence and a re-evaluation of the conclusions drawn thus far. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Beyond Discovery. While you're still here, don't forget to click on the other videos you see on your screen right now.